In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Ulf Carl with you. おかえりなさいませ、マイダーリン。この格好？かわいいかわいいリルサンタだよ。
Boobies.
Oh Lord.
That is what we are here for. The jiggle physics. The jiggle physics. That is what we are here for. I am enjoying the heck out of my little vacation right now. That is just where I am. Nope. You forgot which thing was our.
Yeah, I forgot.
You're like, I was expecting something more wholesome. No wholesomeness right now. Because various reasons, but it is 4 days till Christmas. 4 days till my favorite time of the year, which is time with the family, time with presents, time with too much food. It's a good overall time. I hope everyone enjoys their Christmas time, and if you are Jewish, enjoy your Hanukkah time, and if you are celebrating Kwanzaa, you're celebrating a fake holiday.
Oof. Still, enjoy the holidays. Enjoy time with your family.
Yeah, please. But whatever you do, enjoy time with your family. Enjoy time with your friends. I know a lot of people who are like not, and they're like, I know it doesn't feel like Christmas. Like, are you going to go see your mom? No. Well, that's why.
That's why.
You're gonna go see family? No, because that's why. Go out, see family. Like, I don't get it.
Excuse me. It doesn't feel like Christmas for me, but that's only because I'm busy as shit.
Like you're also preparing to like leave the country, so it's like
for 5 months.
Yeah, is it 5 months? Jeez, I thought you'd be back by like April.
No. May 1st, like I'm back.
Oh, all right. Well,
so technically 4 months, but it's gonna be a minute.
Right. Well, I was planning on doing Colossal Prime, so we'll see what happens there.
We'll see what happens. I gotta submit panels for that.
Yeah, I'm doing that this weekend. I'm submitting just things that I can do, because as far as I can tell, no one else in the group wants to go.
It's in Ohio. I'll find an excuse to go.
Yeah, well, you'll probably already be in Ohio, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
While I will have to just run on over. I'll probably have to get to one of the hotels across the street or something, or like down the road or something. Because
we'll pay for crash space.
Right. Sounds good.
Like, I'll probably like stay in Akron or in Cortland, but if it's Cortland, it's a 2-hour drive. Be like, oh, I want to party tonight. I need a place to sleep.
Understandable. That's an ongoing thing. I am still waiting to hear back for times for KatsuCon, but again, I don't expect that until like next month. Honestly.
Yeah, it's still a little early.
It's a little early. I was kind of hoping, because like they gave us the submission acceptances so very early. I was like, yeah, okay, great, cool.
That just means they have a tentative plan.
Well, I got a time for like from the culture track immediately.
Interesting. Well, that's because they're only in charge of one room.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they're separate from programming.
Same person running it.
Well,
weird.
Technically different department.
Anyway, Elon Musk put out a vote saying he is going to leave Twitter as the CEO and give it to someone else. And every single person I know who hates him is like, yay! And I'm like, he said that in October.
Yeah, he said he was going to do this eventually anyway.
He said he was like, this is red meat for you guys. I get it, but like goldfish mentality.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah. I go, okay, cool. Like, he's not doing it like today.
He's got engineering problems interest him more. He's just trying to put the culture in place right now.
Pretty much. And he's probably got that culture more or less in place. I still do not have my check mark. I checked this morning. I'm like, I want my check mark, Elon. Give me my check mark, Elon. I don't care if it's blue or yellow. I just want my check mark, Elon.
I know they're slow rolling that, but
yeah, I know. But people who got it like who paid for it a day or two before me got it much sooner. I'm like, give me my check mark. I want my check mark, Elon. All right. I can't meme my way into getting more sales until I have that check mark first.
So you've got the check mark.
Exactly. Like it's just a thing, okay? I have all of these meme pictures with Gundam and Xeon. It's like Zeke Xeon, $8. Zeke Xeon.
Kill space monster scum. Donate $8.
Don't let the Fetties win. Give us $8. And then I have like a little FBI hat on Amuro Ray.
Oh Lord.
Am I wrong?
Wrong kind of Fed.
Am I wrong?
Wrong kind of Fed.
Oh, so that's an ongoing thing.
Speaking of Feds and Twitter.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about the Twitter files again.
Again.
I'm very happy we're getting all this information.
I'm not happy that it comes out on a Friday and Saturday.
Well, I think this one came out on a Monday, but yeah.
Hold on, I'm just checking. No, this came out on Friday because it's
okay.
16th.
Oh, that's part 6. We're on part 8 now, which I think.
Yeah, we're on part 8.
I think like 8 came out on like a Monday. That was the one, yeah.
So this one, Twitter was essentially acting as a acting on behalf of the FBI at the FBI's direction.
Is this the one where the FBI paid them, or was that 7?
That might be 7.
Okay, so this is them literally working for the FBI, and the FBI checking in with them. And there was actually a point in this thread where the FBI says, "Hey, we asked you to look into these profiles. You didn't give us any dirt on them."
Yes, and they were. It was like parody shit.
Yeah,
like it was RSBN and shit.
It's like, listen, I understand you guys don't like little AOC. You don't find her to be funny. I think she's hilarious. All right, if the little girl wants to make funny videos, cool, whatever. I don't really care that much. But like, should she do them forever? No, she's probably doing them for like a year and then like move on to do something else.
But it was
funny while it lasted. I thought it was hilarious.
But this is the point where you have people on Twitter were actually saying, "Hey, this is a prima facie First Amendment violation."
Yes.
This is the point. This is the point where you stop saying, "Oh, private company." It's like, no, Twitter's now acting as a state actor because they're working on behalf of the FBI.
Yep, that is exactly what's happening. You've got so this went on for months upon months upon months, and this was still going on in 2022, which terrifies me to no end.
Yes.
All right. And like, not even like the early 2022. I mean like October, November. Like, Elon has bought the company. He's gonna start moving in pretty soon. Why are you idiots still asking Twitter to do things?
Because that's what it's hard to stop for a government organization to stop doing something once it's started, especially once the fiscal year has started. Like, you could just say, "Oh," like you could say in September, "Oh, we're not going to do this anymore starting in October," and it'll stick. But if it's November and you're still doing it, then it's no. Too much, and you've been doing it for years. Too much institutional momentum.
Corruption. Yeah. Too much corruption. Too much momentum. And people very often tell me that, like, once government starts, they can't stop. Go, I don't believe, because like maybe it was because when I was in the military, we tended to work at a platoon level.
The military is different.
We could stop on a dime if need be.
It
wasn't easy, but it was doable.
At the tip of the spear of the military, you can make, because of how the U.S. military is structured, you can make decisions pretty quickly and change directions rapidly.
But
once you get into REMFs and once you get into the civilian government, bureaucratic inertia is a thing, and it's very hard to stop.
Well, the manager class is the manager class.
That's why they were still buying Bearcats after it was clear that we were going to leave Afghanistan.
What?
We were still buying. That's why local PD, like local PDs all across the country, are still getting Bearcats because we kept buying them. Because once you start the program, it's hard to stop it.
I do have a question about the Bearcats.
Yes.
Will they ever be up for auction for the civilians?
Well, when PDs police departments get rid of them. Although I think most of them are going to Ukraine now.
Do we have to keep giving Ukraine money? Because like I'm tired of Zelensky being like, "How dare you not give us more money?" Like he's not even thankful for it. He's like entitled.
Yeah, I don't like that. Ukraine doesn't exist if we don't help them, but at the same time, it's like Zelensky's annoying.
I don't like the guy, one, and two. Well, we'll get into that offline. But I learned some.
We'll get into that offline.
Well, I gotta learn some information that'll butter your biscuit, buddy. Let me tell you. Oh boy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Timcast IRL last night.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I heard this information. I think it's like maybe 20-30 minutes in, and I like fumed.
Oh Lord, I'll have to check that out after.
Yeah, it's
what I'm gonna say is like I'm glad we're giving them Patriot because they're running out of S300s. But other than that, it's like they seem can Europe pick up the tab for a lot of this?
Europe's not gonna pick up the tab for nothing.
Europe's is picking up more of the tab than they were, but it's like they need to pick up the tab for this because this is their security.
Listen, Germany is out of bullets. I'm not joking on that. That's not a joke. Germany's out of bullets. So
to that point, anyway. Russia's buying fucking shells from the North Koreans. So
anyway, let's move on to Twitter Files Part 7, where we learned that we
don't have Part 7.
That's fine. I can just discuss it really fast. Part 7, where they discussed the fact that the FBI paid them $3.5 million for doing the things the FBI asked them to do. Oh, so anyone who says,
that's state actor at that point. You're a contractor.
That is 100% state actor contractor right there.
You're a contractor. So, you're a state actor at that point.
At any point in time, who says, well, they didn't know. They're just asking for information. It's a private company. You do what it wants. They were paid.
They were paid.
They were paid.
They were a contractor.
Any argument you have towards me about private no longer accounts here. They were paid money to do these things on behest of the government. And that's not including grants and other things. This is physical payment.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about tax cuts. I'm not talking about grants. None of those things. So then we had Part 8, which I think was Monday.
Yeah,
which,
Part 8
burned my biscuit some more. Because the DoD was supposed to stop this shit in like 2017.
They were supposed to.
And,
they kept doing it because...
They kept doing PsyOps using Twitter profiles, which were supposed to be marked as, government whatever things. And they were for about a month, and then they told Twitter to whitelist them so they could change everything around. So these Arabic, Russian, and Chinese profiles would go around quoting American war propaganda.
Fun.
All brought to you by the Department of Defense. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I would not be sharing this information if you guys actually got my BAH out there.
Lord.
Like, if you fucking paid me, we wouldn't be discussing your dumbasses right now. I'm not suicidal. I am not suicidal.
Seriously though, how different is this though from, say, Radio Free Europe?
I don't know. I feel like it's different because this was supposed to
there is a difference, but how different is it?
Well, for one thing, the DoD was originally caught in doing this a while ago, back in 2012.
Yeah.
2017, they were supposed to officially have stopped doing it without having it properly marked, so that we weren't pulling ourselves into wars that we were not supposed to go into. To keep us from ending up in pushing forward wars that are worthless and they're for the American good. It's just American propaganda war machine nonsense.
Yeah.
And
yet another color revolution.
That's kind of what. So they were supposed to go and stop that because of those reasons, 2017, and they did for like a little bit, and then they immediately turned around and said, "These are the things we want whitelisted. You can't do all 50 of them. Just do these 6." And then those 6 became 54, and then became 157, and so on and so forth. There was actually a point in 2020 or 2022, I think in this thing it says, where Twitter's like, "We found 157 more. Can you confirm these so we can whitelist them?" So Twitter found these.
They found them, and then
they're like, "Can we whitelist these or not? We just want to confirm first." So Twitter wanted to make sure the DoD was spreading war propaganda to get us into further conflicts. Tell me again that it's a private company.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Every day, I look and I sit there and I wonder, where did we go wrong? And the answer is when the CIA killed JFK. That has been released, by the way.
To be strictly accurate, just evidence came out that what's his face, Lee Harvey Oswald, might not have been as communist as have been as communist as reported.
Whoopsie. I forget, was it FBI or CIA? It was one of those 3
CIA.
agencies.
It was CIA. Like, oh, he defected to Russia. Wait a minute. When he announced his intention to defect as a political act, it was rehearsed.
Weird.
And not in a I'm doing this as a proud communist sort of way.
Weird.
Oh, and when he was a Marine, he was involved in some shady CIA shit.
Whoopsie.
That might have gotten him dosed on LSD.
Anyway, all this nonsense is going on, and the corporate press doesn't want to talk about anything about the fact that Elon said he was going to leave. So, I believe
all they want to talk about is Elon leaving.
And this, I believe I have a video for that. So
let your games begin. Twitter. Take control of your platform. Twitter is a war zone. Hey, you're in the arena. Let's go. Why we're here, how we got here, what the heck is going on.
Elon, thank you so much for joining us. The company's been so eager to hear from you live and direct. Our role is not to be bound by the First Amendment, but to serve a healthy public conversation.
Hello, First Amendment. Freedom of speech is extremely important to the future of civilization.
Focus less on thinking about free speech.
I don't need to.
Oh, Lord.
That was made by a guy who was trying to make Elon look bad. I'm like, man, Elon looks like a badass.
You had the opposite effect there, buddy.
I know what you were doing, and I know the scene from the third Dark Knight movie.
Yeah, I know what you're trying, and you failed.
It only made Elon look cool, and I don't know why you had Andrew Tate carrying a sink. That was clearly an Alex Jones joke. You had a chance, you screwed it up.
You screwed it up.
Alex Jones or Steven Crowder would have been a better choice, but you chose Andrew Tate for some fucking reason.
Well, Alex Jones would have been bad because of Elon thinks Alex Jones pissed on his floor.
Whatever.
And is forever banned.
Listen, I believe I was cackling in the group chat when Taylor Lorenz was banned. Just cackling away.
I was too. Even though I don't believe in banning anybody, but it's like, well, isn't
you reap
this
what you sow, bitch?
Yeah,
you reap what you sow.
Why have the tables have turned? The person who was advocating for banning everyone has been banned.
Whoops. By the way, I saw her TikTok video.
Don't be pissed off when what you advocate gets applied to you.
I saw her TikTok video. If you guys haven't watched it, it is cringy as hell. She's wearing like a ridiculous dress. She's like, I'm out with my friends on a Saturday night. I'm like, you're in your apartment wearing a dress for some fucking reason. I don't. First of all, there's no one in the background, so I don't know if you actually have any friends there or not. And there's no noise. There's no chatter. I don't think there's anyone there actually with you. I think you're in your apartment alone, trying to pretend that you have friends.
Yeah, you're acting.
Okay, listen, you are a lonely 50-year-old woman. I actually don't know what her age is because they don't give you her age. There's a range for her date of birth, and I'm like, fine, I'll go with the oldest. You're 50, done.
Oof.
Can't tell me I'm wrong. Wikipedia gave me a range. I went with it. Anyway, what's next on the docket?
More upsetting news.
What else we have?
Roomba's recording people on the toilet.
How do we know it's a slow news week?
Like, oh, Roomba uses a camera. I wonder if that camera and it phones home. I wonder what it's doing with that camera. Recording you shit. That's what it's doing.
Best part is this ended up on Facebook somehow. I have to ask questions. One, did Facebook ban the Roomba from Facebook?
Oh Lord, probably not.
Second of all, and this is the most important. Second of all, did it have its own account? Was it using the Roomba account? Was it using like the homeowner's account? What account was it using when it decided to put up scat porn?
Oh God. So
we're 20 minutes in. I'm past the censors now.
So apparently, they were being uploaded to like improve like recognition of obstacles and stuff. They weren't supposed to be human reviewed, and somebody got access to it and started uploading shit.
The very first thing you should realize is everyone will find access to something somehow.
Yes.
I try telling this to people very often who are like, "Oh yeah, no, like I got this Nisco. Turn off your Bluetooth.
Turn off your Bluetooth."
Why? Because right now, if I wanted your nudes, I could take them. Okay, first of all, there are no nudes on my phone. Here you go.
Here.
How'd you do that? Your Bluetooth is on, you dumb bitch.
You son of yeah.
Turn your Bluetooth off. Watch that'll be Elon Musk telling me I can't have my check mark.
Watch. What is it?
No check mark for you.
What is it?
It's nothing. It's us.
Oh.
They're giving us the notification now. 20 minutes in.
20 minutes in, we get the notification. Good job, YouTube.
I want to say suppression. I will state that after this month we will not be on the audio podcast. I just can't afford it right now.
Oof. Okay.
So like we will just be on this and Rumble for a little while, just because I don't have a. Just the way it is. I can't help that.
I'm not bad economy.
Well, I'm in the middle of class stuff, so I don't have that coming in. I don't have enough memberships to afford the excess stuff.
Buy the porn this man puts out.
I do make really good content. We do have other things besides the porn, but like, yeah. But if I had more content coming in, I could do more skits and things. All right, there is an entire skit I want to do about Adolf Drippler. I mean, yay!
Oh Lord.
The man dresses well.
You texted me Elon Dribbler. It's like, no, you can't do that. Not right now.
Like, come on, it's a yay joke. It's the greatest time to make Adolf Dribbler jokes.
Wait until after Hanukkah at least.
After Hanukkah, fine.
You have a sense of timing.
My timing is great. Okay, Ye is out there right now in like the fanciest clothes possible, yelling about the juice.
You mean he's yelling about O.J. Simpson?
Yes, about the juice.
I still can't believe that fucking interview he did
with Jones or with McGinnis, because both of them, I'm not sitting there, I'm like how did the two crackpot people end up being
McGinnis, McGinnis, but also Jones, especially the Jones one where he's looking at Fuentes like Like, is this fucker serious?
Like,
am I the sadist one here? How am I the sadist one here?
Like, I talk about psychic vampires. Where did this happen? Oh, anyway. So Roomba is watching you shit. So if you're taking a poop, don't let your Roomba in the room.
Yeah, no.
Apparently.
I mean, hasn't anyone read 1984?
I have.
If it has a fucking camera and a mic, it's probably recording.
What was it? It was. Well, is this entire show about Orwell? Because like the last one was essentially the war was never meant to be won. It was meant to be.
It was meant to give the government power.
Mm-hmm. Like that's what we're seeing with the Twitter files.
Don't depress me. I'm about to go to the Weeb Holy Land. Don't depress me.
Listen, I need Common Rider wine. All right. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
We need that bread and circuses, is what you're saying.
I'm in the middle of getting girls maid outfits for KatsuCon for the thing. I still need like time frames for that shit. Anyway,
anyways,
what's next?
So the IRS has put out new. By the way, you sent me the New York Times article, and I couldn't read it at all because it was paywalled.
How come it wasn't paywalled for me though? So how come it was paywalled for you?
It was paywalled for me.
Weird.
Which makes me think you have a New York Times subscription.
I don't.
Why do you have a New York Times subscription, you
I don't. Oh, wait. I don't pay for that.
How'd you get a New York Times subscription?
I'm not paying for that. It's not a subscription. Okay.
Anyways,
archive.today always works. So
yeah. So IRS put out new rules for if you use Venmo or Etsy or Cash App or PayPal, and you
it doesn't apply to PayPal. PayPal's already had these rules in place for a while now.
So, PayPal voluntarily had these rules in place.
Yes, and so like this is not new information for me because the company has used PayPal, Square, and various other pay gates for a while now. So this is not new for me personally. But I know a lot of people who haven't dealt with this yet.
But if you have one transaction over $600 on one of these apps,
if your transactions equal up to $600 per the month,
I thought it was if you have an individual transaction over 600.
An individual transaction over 600 will flag it immediately for the IRS. But when you do your taxes, they'll look per month.
Jesus Christ.
So watch out for that. So I know, that's one of those things. Just because I've dealt with this for so very long. I'm going to say this to you guys right now. If you do your taxes on your own using TurboTax or whatever, don't go to a guy, H&R Block, whatever. Go to a guy, find someone, say, this is where my money comes in. Here's the information I have. And if he says, do you have this? And you go, I don't have it. They might be able to figure out where to get it.
Yeah.
Because you will need information to make sure that your taxes are done correctly.
Yes.
Because for some effing reason, our IRS doesn't just send us a bill. They expect you to know how much.
They expect you to know everything already. Instead of sending you a bill.
They know how much you owe.
They know about how much you owe.
Yeah, well, so some of us pay in cash. So, which is always good. I do like girls who are like, can't you just Venmo me it? I go, I could, but if I give you cash right now, you don't have to put it in your taxes.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get audited.
Mm-hmm. That is the thing. Anyway, not that I'm telling people to dodge the IRS, because I think it is a corrupt organization that has no real purpose.
Whoa there, Mr. Libertarian.
Because now they have guns.
I mean, it's not like taxation is theft, right?
Listen, I'm just saying I have no representation on a lot of these taxes. All right? None whatsoever.
So
FICA.
yeah.
I don't remember ever voting for any FICA. What's this shit? Anyway.
So yeah, be aware if you're doing business using these apps.
So since the end of the year is happening very, very soon, get your shit together. Be prepared to do your taxes. I'd figure out my taxes because I don't know if I'm getting my W-2 because the job I was at before, our W-2s were electronic, but I no longer have access to that anymore. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I also have to file a complaint with the IRS because my income will be incorrect.
Yeah.
Because they did not do something they were supposed to. And I warned them about this shit. Oops. Not my problem.
Luckily, I think I'm gonna get my I'm gonna have to tell my grandfather to. I'm gonna have to show him how to do encrypted email.
Why don't you just defer for the year? Or no, you can't.
Can't.
Okay.
I don't make enough.
See, I deferred 1 year because I was busy in other countries, and I was like, listen, I can't show you I made $70,000 a year. I'm gonna just
defer
for the year, and I will come back at a later date and do my taxes then.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to delay them until I get back.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
what is next?
So Riot Games was apparently had a multi-year sponsorship with FTX, but it's hard to FTX to keep up their end of the deal because they're bankrupt. Now they're trying to get out of the deal without dealing with the bankruptcy process.
The FTX fiasco just keeps going and going and going
and attaching to all sorts of things.
I saw the guy from the bald guy from Shark Tank on talking to Congress today. I turned on my TV. I hit YouTube and I hit play just for whatever the hell was the first thing up there. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's news, sometimes it's like random skits. And I hear the guy from Shark Tank and go, "Oh, it's an episode of Shark Tank. I didn't know they had him on YouTube." And I'm making breakfast, and I hear him say "Congressman." I go, "Congressman."
Wait a minute.
I come back. No, it's Forbes News. They're talking about the FTX.
The FTX shit is attaching itself to everything. I had to read an article in fucking Russian Machine Never Breaks today about how the owners of the capitals had to back their way out of a deal with FTX.
This just keeps
and how some of our merch that we're going to give out this year already has FTX logos, but we're no longer doing business with FTX. Ignore the logos.
Whoops. I don't know how this happened. Well, no, I know how because this guy had money going to politicians and lobbyists.
Yeah, he was going to. He was taking your investment and then giving it to politicians.
And the politicians were like, "Hey, as long as I'm getting money, I'm going to look the other way." He did also try. He was putting a bunch of lobbyists forward to make Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptos into commodities instead of securities, which would have allowed them to put a fee upon all Bitcoin transactions for the government to be to gain, as opposed to what you normally would have to pay if you pay out before the end of the year. If you wait a year, you're fine. If you do shorter than a year, it's considered a something gain. I'm not an accountant. I just know don't touch my shit for a year.
Yeah.
That's all that I really know.
Instead of savings, it's capital gains because it's an investment.
And then you've got, but he was trying to go in and get that going on. So every single time you made any kind of transaction, it would happen. And there you are with that. So this guy was trying to go and screw over everyone.
Yeah.
And just ran out of money.
Yep.
And whoopsie. Oh Lord.
So it's still like I'll occasionally read shit about like wait a minute, he was doing his fucking accounting in QuickBooks.
QuickBooks is fine if you are a small corporation.
If you're a small business or small corporation or even a mid-sized one, it's fine. But if you're dealing with billions of dollars, what the fuck are you doing?
No, small, because I think when you hit mid-size, you can't have over 90. QuickBooks can only handle about like 100 or so freaking things.
Yeah, but you like FTX wasn't that big organizationally, but they were dealing with billions with a B
of money.
Yeah.
You're telling me you couldn't hire a accountant? No, of course not. Because if you had an accountant there, he'd be like, wait a minute.
They'd be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, I think my favorite part about this was, in all of this nonsense, is that 7 Democrat organizations who were given upwards of $8 million returned $1 million. So each of them were given upwards of $8 million. They each returned 1.
Yeah.
And my response was, you dicks.
Yeah.
You dicks. Now, don't get me wrong, the Republicans aren't much better because they were given like $3 million and they gave back nothing.
They gave back nothing.
They were like, go fuck yourselves.
Oh, we were given stuff? Oh, it was off the books. Go ahead and prove it. Was their attitude.
Listen.
All politicians are crooked.
Never in writing.
Always in cash, never in writing.
Never in writing, baby.
How the... For once, the Republicans were better at grifting than the Democrats. What the shit?
Anyway, what's next?
Oh, Cocaine Mitch was involved, probably. That's why.
Yeah, he was one of the people who was given money.
That's why.
There you
go. So next up, from the FTC, for Epic Games to pay more than $500 million over FTC allegations of privacy violations and unwanted charges. So Epic Games is getting bent over.
Yes. They have to pay $275 million for violating children's privacy laws, because they changed their default privacy settings, and they have to pay $245 million in refunds for tricking users into making unwanted charges.
Yeah. Oops.
Oopsie. What? That dog has been crying for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna run out there. I'm gonna run out there and be like, "What is your deal?"
So, who owns most of Epic Games these days?
I forget. Let me do.
It's Tencent.
Oh, China.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say about that? Good.
Hey, okay. Xi Jinping, give us money.
Xi Jinping, I know you bought all this land and you keep charging us shit and suing us. Go after yourself.
You might want to delay launching that new carrier.
Yeah. My personal favorite part about all of this is the fact that I played Fortnite for a little bit and it was fun in like version 2.0 or 1.0 when you could build things, but they no longer have the ability to build things. Well, you have to pay for the game to build stuff.
Wait, what?
Yes.
So you have to pay for the game in order to do, like, the entire point of Fortnite is it's a shooter, but you build shit.
Not anymore. Now it's a shooter where weird shit happens. You have all these cool different things and like abilities and nonsense. And free to play just has all those weird things added in without the ability to like gather stuff and build.
That's
you can still like break down walls and shit. You just can't build nothing.
That kind of defeats the. Never mind.
I know. I said the exact same thing.
Anyways, so moving on to more video game news. John Carmack is leaving Facebook.
Is this video game or is this tech?
This is video game because John Carmack is the founder of id Software.
All right.
And part of the reason he went to Oculus, he went to Oculus, which was bought by Facebook, which became Meta, and then was absorbed, was because I was going to start with video game tech as a thing. Those who don't know, John Carmack was the lead designer on Doom, the original Doom 3D, not the reboot, but the original triple OG, one of the greatest game programmers ever. But he after Doom 3, he left id to go to Oculus.
My number one problem with everything involved with this right now is the fact that I don't know why Meta is continuing to try to do this in the dumbest way possible. VR chat already exists. Like, VR chat exists. Just take what they've built, because I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to be open source, but just the sheer amount of like crap you can put in there on your own.
Yeah, just build on top of what already exists.
Just build on top. All right. Just use their engine. I don't know why you're trying to build your own engine, do all this other shit. It's not working because no one on your team cares.
Yeah, Carmack actually had to tell his engineers to actually eat their own dog food.
And it's like, listen, you guys need to use the thing that you're working with. I don't really want to. You have to. You're here to build it.
You have to know what's wrong with it, and that means you have to use it.
Like, I didn't like using the gamification system I made for Verizon, mostly because I don't like going back to my own things because I will see everything wrong with it, which is what you're supposed to do as a developer.
What you're supposed to do anyway.
So you have to sit there and go, I have to fix this now. I have to fix this now. I have to fix it. Like, it's just one of those things.
When I did SharePoint development, I'd get annoyed out the shit with the SharePoint development, and the SharePoint environment I was building. That was a good thing because then I knew what to fix, or I knew what to recommend. I knew what to recommend to get fixed in the next build.
Anyway, so Carmack's leaving for a number of reasons. The most important ones being that he's just frustrated with the whole.
He's just frustrated with the entire process from the article.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I don't blame him. It sounds like you have a lot of people there who don't care about the tech, who don't care about what they're doing. They're there to collect a paycheck, which is upsetting. I make a lot of complaints about my team. I do. But I will say outright right now, they care a lot about what we're doing.
Yeah, they can't always care.
They don't always execute things that I'd like. They don't always prepare the way that I would like. They don't always do the things that I would like to happen. We don't always get the results that I want in the end.
But they care.
But they care, and they make the effort, and they make the effort, and they make the effort. As one of the leads, I have to be there to figure out where they excel and where they don't, and try to bridge that gap.
Yes.
Which is why I have so many goddamn hats. It's one of those issues. But go ahead.
On a happier note, though, all of the id properties over at Bethesda are kind of a trash fire right now and in a rebootable state.
Really?
Like, Doom's a trash fire because of Mick Gordon.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein, they can't really get going.
I mean,
they haven't done shit with Quake other than a re-release in the past.
I do miss Quake. Like, I remember when like Quake was the FPS to play tournament style.
The last thing big with Quake that happened was
3.
What's the band that did the soundtrack for Quake?
Atreyu?
No. It's
Atreyu.
No, it's one guy, but he goes on, like, he hires a band around him, but it's usually just one guy.
I don't know who you're talking about, because I remember the last big band I cared about that did Quake music was Atreyu. That was the last thing I remember. Or it might have been
No, it was 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, I don't care about 9 Inch Nails. I haven't cared about Trent Reznor for like years.
Yeah.
But
when all the health packs in the original Quake have the 9 Inch Nails logo on them. That's but they did the original soundtrack.
Okay.
The last thing they did was Bethesda relicensed out and reissued the a vinyl copy of the Quake original soundtrack.
There you are. What is next?
But yeah, this is a good time for John Carmack to step back in and grab a hold of one of those franchises and do something interesting.
Do you think he will, though? Like, he might just be burned out dealing with what corporate tech has become, and corporate tech has really sunk its jaws into a lot of video game
He's been working pure engineering for the past decade. He might want to do something creative again. He might want to do something creative with something familiar.
My problem is the DEI might stop him. That's all that like I think the best chance he would have to doing something creative and engineering based would be Twitter right now.
Maybe.
Like that, because like I know they don't have DEI, and any small startup would be fine. But if he goes for like Doom or Quake, you're gonna run into the fucking
BlackRock check.
Yeah. Some State Street nonsense.
Anyways, we've got one last article.
Nice.
That's sort of anime news, sort of comic book news.
I'm gonna go with entertainment.
So they're putting out a Justice League RWBY movie. Instead of doing Volume 9 of RWBY, they're putting out a Justice League RWBY movie.
You know what this says to me? Times Warner is in worse shapes than we thought.
Yes.
All right.
They can't even fucking fully monetize the Justice League anymore.
Well, there's a number of reasons for that. The first one being that Henry Cavill is now the Emperor of Mankind. I'm calling it now.
that would be... Well, he's either going to be the Emperor of Mankind or he's going to be... what's his face?
He's not going to be Lupin.
He's not going to be Lupin. He might be... what's his face? The head of the Smurfs.
The Ultramarines?
Robert Gilman.
Gilliman.
Yeah, Gilman.
Mm-hmm.
He might be that. He might be him.
That's a possibility. But I don't know where they're going to be in the 40K universe.
Like, are they going to be? Yeah, are they going to be? Are they going to be 30K in the beginning? Like in the beginning?
Are we going for the Primarchs?
Yeah, we're
going for the Thunder Warriors. Are we doing 40K after the fall?
Yeah, are we doing 40K pre-KDS fall? Are we doing 40K dirt? Like, what are we doing? I mean, Cavill as Eisenhorn could work.
Ooh, I would like him as Eisenhower or Eisenhower.
Eisenhorn. You have Ike on the brain.
I do have. Well, we just went through a lot of CIA, FBI stuff. Leave me alone.
I don't see him as Cyphus Kane.
No.
I would love, although I could see him as certain characters in the Cyphus Kane series.
What's the name of the guy who got possessed by Slaanesh?
Which guy got? That's a third of the universe.
The original who picked up the sword and was possessed and then helped.
Are you talking about a Primarch or?
Yeah, Primarch. What's the name of the guy? I can't remember his name, but I
Sanguinus? Sanguinus?
No, that's not Sanguinus. Sanguinus never had an issue with any of that. His issue was a genetic mutation which caused his breed to require blood.
Yeah, it's not Blood Angels.
It was the God damn it. Yeah, anyway.
Whoever the fuck the Noise Marines are.
Yeah, the ones who did the fucking trumpets.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like I can see the fucking weird trumpet things in my head, but I can't tell you what the hell they were called.
I'm blanking on most of the Primarch names.
It started with an F, I think. I can't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was like the prettiest and best outside of.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, that's my issue. I'm like, could he be him? Maybe we give him. He's had long hair before.
You know who he's not going to be.
He is very pretty.
You know who he's not going to be. But would be fucking. But it would be. But we need him. We need him in the movie, whatever it is, or the series, or whatever.
Who?
Lehman Russ.
No, he's not Lehman Russ.
What the
fuck? I have to like go through and find all my 40K books and sit through them now.
I might have to. Apparently, the Eisenhower trilogy is like $9 on Kindle, so
yeah.
I might be reading that on the plane.
I mean, it's a very big series. I don't think you're gonna be able to read that all in one plane ride.
Probably not. I might be able to get through a chunk of Tanith First and Only again.
Probably. God, what else? Anyway, but my feelings on this, on Ruby X Justice League is, one, I don't care. Kevin Conroy's dead.
Yeah.
2, I don't care. It's not a Ruby series chapter.
It's not canon. Who gives a shit?
And 3, if I wanted something that wasn't Ruby canon, I'd buy the Ruby Switch game for $29.99 currently on Switch.
Or I'd watch Ice Queendom, which was damn good.
Which I'm pretty sure, is that canon or not?
It's not canon.
Oh, but it's so good.
It's very good, but it conflicts with canon.
See, I'd have to actually sit through Volume 1 again, and I'm just not willing to.
It conflicts with Volume 1.
I'd have to sit through it again. I have not watched it in so very long, because I like Volume 2 and 3. Because that's when
Volume 1 gave hints of what was to come.
Yes, and it is so rough.
It is incredibly rough.
Rough.
But if you it's like a slight step above Haloid, and if you go into it like, okay, this is Monty Elm's sleep deprived side project.
Yeah, I walked in going, okay, think Red versus Blue Volume 1.
It's like, no,
that's what I walked in.
What I thought was like, this is a sleep deprived side project. And that got me through Volume 1. And then Volume 2 got better, and then Volume 3 was amazing.
And then Volume 4 happened.
Volume 4 was most people dropped it 4, and then I really enjoyed 5, and then things fell off.
5 was the adventures of Ruby and Jean, right?
Yeah.
Well,
4 is the adventures of Ruby and Jean. 5 is when it's the journey of everyone coming back together.
Right. Okay.
And it actually ends on a high note.
That's right. That was the okay. Everyone's back. We're no longer depressed.
And then 6 is time to be depressed again.
6 is you had so much going for you and you fucked it up.
Yes.
And that's really what angered me about 6 was. I was like, okay, cool. We have teachers. We're gonna grow as people. We're gonna see some cool new moves and stuff. And no,
it's we got to bitch about Trump. We gotta turn both winter. We gotta turn Ironwood and Winter into Trump. But
Ironwood did nothing wrong.
Ironwood was fucking right.
Ironwood was right the entire time, so I don't know what the heck any of you are complaining about.
Yeah, like Ironwood turned out to be right the entire fucking time. He was fucking crazy, but he was right.
I'd rather be right. I'd rather be right and crazy than sane and not.
Ironwood was Alex Jones with the military and therefore right.
Anyway, I'm just gonna boop. There we are. You playing anything good right now?
I'm not. What I've been playing is because I'm playing not to enjoy things. I'm playing to de-stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing NCAA Football 14.
Really?
Yes.
You.
I did the first 2 years of Road to Glory, and when the Heisman was like, "Well, I'm done. I've accomplished everything." You still have 2 years? No, I'm done. I've accomplished everything I need, and now I'm playing Dynasty mode.
See, I'm busy playing Trails of Zero. We did get a release date for Trails of Revelry.
Cool.
Which I think is July. So if you guys like Trails into the Sky, which was on PSP, check out Trails of Cold Steel, which is good, and then play Trails of Zero, which is the in-between portion of 2.
Can we really consider the Crossbell and Arabonia arcs separate at this point?
They are separate until 3.
Because they happen at the same time.
Yes, like literally when
Like the Crossbell arc starts, and then you get the Trails arc starts in the middle of the Crossbell arc.
Yeah.
Shit overlaps. Big things in Zero, or not Zero
in Azure.
In Azure, excuse me. Big things in Azure overlap with big things in 2, and they hint in Cold Steel 2 that they're going back and forth. And then 3 is, oh yeah, you have a Crossbell character. You have this character from Trails to Azure. You have this character who's a major big deal in Crossbell. You spend an entire mission in Crossbell.
Yep. You have a character who's from Crossbell who's pissed off about the whole thing. Yeah.
And then the bullshit of Cold Steel 4 happens. And then Reverie happens entirely in Crossbell. It's an Erebonian game with Erebonian characters. Except there's actually 3 main characters, 2 of which are Erebonian, one's the Crossbell main character.
Whoops.
And it's like, but it happens entirely in Crossbell. It concerns mostly Crossbell.
Look, man.
But it's the end of the Erebonia arc.
I can't explain to you what this entire arc is. All I know is that
they're the same goddamn arc.
We have a release date for the Western release, which is July.
They're the same goddamn arc.
Yes,
they're different stories, but they're a converging story.
Now the give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go throw the dog into a closet.
Oh, Lord. So I've been abandoned. Okay, so definitely recommend checking out the Trails series. But yeah, they're the same arc. What I was reading about. So you have Trails from Zero, which happens in Crossbell. You're Lloyd. You're doing Bracer things, but they're really you're doing cop things, but they're Bracer things because because the Trail series is. You're always in Bracer stuff.
There we go.
There you go.
There we are.
I was trying to explain Trails because he left me to vamp with no warning.
Yeah, I know. I just needed it because the dog has just been crying. And it's just like, what is wrong? You have water, you have food, you can go outside. There's no issues. I don't know what you're crying about.
What was the issue?
Don't care. The dog understands when my door is closed. Quiet. Either I'm sleeping or I'm doing work or I don't want to be bothered.
So, anyways.
Anyway,
you playing anything interesting?
I am trying for the life of me to finish up a lot of things before I have classes again.
Probably a good idea.
It's a good overall idea. Trying to get my backlog finished, which is just too big. Especially now that front mission 1's out, doesn't help me in any shape or form. I did end up buying the first Star Ocean game because I had enough points on my Switch to just get it for free.
Nice.
I was just like, oh, it's $7 and I have $9 in points. Click. So you guys want to get Star Ocean, the very first game. It is, of course, from I think Super Nintendo days. It's an older game. But you can get that for less than $10 right now. So check that out. Hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time with family. This has been the Geek-Posium. We will see you guys again next week.
Next week.
And we would like to give ourselves a little song about what's going on the other side of the continent because we think it's funny.
Look around the room, he won't tell you his plan. He got her own cigarette hanging out his mouth. He's a cowboy kid, yeah, found a 6-shooter gun in his stock closet with a box of phone things. I don't even know what.
医生做你的工作。
明白了。
All the other kids with the bottom top kicks, you better run back.